Everyone, Nate with Motivation Me. So this message is to those that are in their teens, their high school years, their 20s. This is just some advice coming from a 30-year-old. I still got a lot of life to live, another, God willing, 40, 50 years, maybe 60, I don't know. But here's what I've learned this far. Wisdom is not about what you know, it's about what you learn and what you do with that knowledge. That's wisdom. In high school, I remember that identity was everything. It's who you hung out with, the type of crowd you associated with. In the adult world, if you will, we call that culture. So my advice to you is be careful of the culture you surround yourself with, because you will become that culture. Even the things that you do, the habits that you do, the things you allow done to you will become a culture. And if it's negative, you let people run you over, or you hang out with people that are going to go nowhere, that's the culture you're going to put yourself into. You got to be smart with the things that you do. It's about working smart as well as hard. And that's the most important thing. Look, the economy is going to go up and down. That's just the reality of it. But a smart person does not base their life standards off of what the economy dictates. They go against the grain. They figure a way out. If you just settle, again, you'll become a part of the culture that settles. We have these classes in society: low income, middle class, and the elite, if you will. Put yourself outside of any of those categories. It doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you do with where you come from. You can come from a broken home. You can, like I did. I've been adopted 3 times. Use that to motivate you to make a difference, not just in your life, but other people's lives. Because you can be the difference in somebody's life that's going to change their life. That's what motivation is all about. That's why I love motivation. Because it's about stories. It's about things people learn. Again, it goes back to what I was saying about wisdom. Wisdom is not about what you know, it's about what you learn and what you do with that knowledge. It's not about being smarter than anyone. I'm 30 years old. I'm not going to say I'm smarter than you. I may be older than you, but I got a lot left to learn. And I love learning. If you want to truly become something in life, become your own person. Don't become the cultures around you. Create your own culture for your own life. When I was in high school, identity was a huge thing for me because I wanted to belong to something. Like I said, I came from a broken home, so my identity was to be respected, to be feared, not so much loved. Because if people would respect me and fear me, who cares about love? So I got into gangs. That was my identity as a Serrano. Hanging out with people that are Southsiders. Again, that was the culture that I put myself around. And here's the thing that I've learned from that. Regardless of what state you're in, or if it's a legit gang or whatever, or a clique, whatever you want to call it, eventually, hopefully, a very small percent is going to get out of it before it becomes their family's culture that they bring into the world. Identity for yourself means everything. So, if you don't like when people put you down and stuff, easy thing is either adapt to it, don't let it affect you, and grow some muscle in your brain, or change the station, man. Get away from them. But this is going to be the weirdest thing probably anybody's going to tell you. I encourage you to go through the toughest things in the early parts of your life, because when you're my age, you're going to have the experience to go through the things that the adult life throws at you. When it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationships, don't look at it what you can gain from it. Yeah, having a good friend's awesome. Having somebody in your corner is awesome. Look at what you can give. Because if you look at what you can give in return, things will be given to you. But don't make that your why. Don't make that your standard of, I want to get something out of this. See what you can give first. Because when it comes back to identity, You can, you can go to college if you want. You can go into the military. You can do whatever it is. But I'm going to tell you the number one thing that's going to get you far in life, and that is be somebody of influence. Because if you're somebody of influence, you're always going to have work. Because if they know your why, what you do, they're going to want you a part of their team. So study and learn from people. Never say that you know everything. Never be satisfied from where you're at. Always look at improving. It's not that you're not happy with life. That's not what I mean by satisfied. Success, Gary Vee, if you haven't checked him out, go check him out. He talks about something that is so true, and I've never realized it in my life until he explained it, and it's true for me. Success is more about happiness of oneself, the love that you have for people most of all. The people in your corner, your family, your friends, your spouse, your significant other, whatever you want to label it as, that's your happiness. That's your foundation. That's your rock, your community. That's success. The money, the rank and title and career you get into, that's great. But life will throw curveballs at you all the time, and that may change. But as long as you have those people, as long as you have your real success, which is your love for your family, your friends, your spouse, your significant other, whatever, your partner, teammate, you'll be more successful than a lot of people that are CEOs and stuff like that, because they've never learned this. They think their success is based off their rank and their paycheck. That's a very small percentage of it, because again, that can all change. But if you be someone of influence and you understand what success really is, you won't have to worry about, and you won't beat yourself up over the title that you have. But it's always a goal to gain more. It's not because you're selfish or unsatisfied. Chase yourself. Matthew McConaughey said in a speech one time, and I got to give credit where credit's due, because it's so true. He was asked one time who his hero was, and he didn't know how to answer it, so he got back to the person. And then the person got caught up with him again, and he said, "My hero is me in 10 years. So ironically, he ran into the person 10 years later. He asked him the same question. "So are you still your hero?" He said, "Look, man, my hero is me in another 10 years. Basically something like this. But the thing is, I'm never going to be my hero, but it's someone for me to chase. Chase yourself. When you go to the gym, the person you should be competing with is not your buddy by you, not other people in the gym. It's who you look yourself at the mirror and who you want to become. That's success, is being happy with yourself. Lastly, I'm going to tell you the most important thing about getting into this life. Love. If you want to truly love someone, you need to love yourself first. If you got damage on you, you need to work on yourself first. It may take years. I took 2 years to develop myself, and I'm still developing myself, but I put a standard, but like, you know what, I'm not going to get into so many things. I'm going to just develop myself, and I did. You know, that standard has changed a little bit to where I can be more involved in stuff and take more risks and stuff like that, but if you look at love for other people, you need to look at loving yourself first. Love is never going to be easy. That is why it is called love. People can say they love someone all they want until rubber meets the road, and it's hard to love that person. Here's the biggest lesson I've learned with love. At the end of the day, love is a choice. That's what it is. It's not so much the emotions and stuff like that. The foundation of it is a choice. Because when it comes time when this person is really getting under your skin, they're not being fair to you, they're being mean, cruel, whatever, unfaithful, you are the one that makes the choice to continue to love them or not. But you will naturally, if you really love this person, and this is the person that you really want to invest in, and that's a huge word. It's not to have a relationship with. Relationships come and go. It's an investment and a commitment. Don't be afraid of commitment. Don't be afraid of love. But first, again, love yourself first. But understand that love is a choice. That doesn't mean that as soon as something hard comes that you give up. Because if you say you've loved that person and then you give up so easily, you never love them. And if you're waiting for love to be given back to you first in order for you to love, you never love that first person in the first place. Love is not circumstantial, it's not situational, it is a choice. If you're waiting for an environment to be created around you that you base on love, no. Real love is built under fire. It is built in turmoil. And yes, there's going to be some good moments, and those are the moments that you embrace each other the most. Because when the fire comes again, if you're holding on to that person, or, let's say you're not fighting, things are not rough with each other, but life throws its curveballs at you, you're holding that person's hand through that fire. That's your teammate. Look at it like an investment, a commitment to the person you're with as a teammate going through life. Because if you do that and you guys base your identity on someone of influence, you're helping each other grow, you're loving yourself and you're seeing that person love themselves, and then you guys can love each other through that. That's huge. That is huge and it's rare. Love is changing in this world, and it pisses me off. Because love is the most important thing we have. At the end of the day, if you don't have love, you have nothing. That's when it goes back to the success thing. Success is not the money. It's not the rank and title that you earn. That's just a very small part of it. It's the love part. It's loving yourself to push yourself. It's loving yourself to push yourself so other people in your life can also enjoy it with you. But love is never going to be easy. True love is not. But also be careful with those words when you say them. That's one thing I've learned in the 2 years that I developed myself was love is a very strong word. Extremely strong. I mean, you can just say you have love for someone, that's fine. It's totally different. But being in love with someone, that's a choice. And it's a choice to commit and invest no matter what. And it's not promised to be returned to you. But I encourage you, as hard as it may be, and it may not be, it's like investing in stocks. You're going to invest, a little bit, you're only going to get a little bit in return. But if you invest continuously in amounts that you push each time, you're going to get something in return. And it may not be that person's going to love you like you love them. Honestly, one of the other lessons I've learned in the last 4 months is people love you at the level they know how to. It's their choice to learn how to push that further. So if you get frustrated like this person is not treating you right, that's fine. But you also have to understand this person is treating you at the level they only know how to or choose to. But again, if that stops you from loving that person back, you don't love them. It's better just to say you have a relationship, and as much as I hate this, but if you're not going to commit to each other and invest in each other, you're wasting each other's time. You might as well just be friends. I'm just saying. But I will tell you, if you truly understand this and you truly go through this, even if it doesn't come out on your side, that you're staying with this person that you want to, you're still going to learn something. One of the things I talked about on my Instagram was, here's one way you win every single time. And I say this in closing. How you win in every single situation, every single time, is you change what the loss means. Okay, so we're always looking at winning, right? And winning's always going to be winning. That's the truth of it. But when you receive that loss, don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of loss. Change what that L means. It doesn't mean lose. It means you learned. Because if you learn something, you gain something, you improve on something, you're winning. It may not be what you wanted, what you desired. Job, relationships, friendships, whatever. You win every single time because you've learned something. Again, it goes back to what I said in the beginning of this. Wisdom is not about what you know, it's about what you learn and what you do with that knowledge. Alright guys, so that's just some advice from a 30-year-old that still has a lot to learn in life and loves motivating people. I hope this has helped you. If you're in high school, study hard. Look at college as an option. Look at a trade field before you go into college, because you'll have a better financial foundation under you. And you'll be able to get further in life. Don't just look at your 9 to 5 as where you stop and start. Look at your 9 to 5 as, this is paying my bills Do DoorDash, do something else on the side, invest that money, be wise with that money, and you'll be further than I am when I'm at 30. Because when I'm at 40, that's my goal. When I'm at 40, my whole life is going to completely change entirely. I got goals for the next 5 years to work hard, work smart, and achieve my dreams. You can too. Be smart in how you work and work hard at what you're smart at.